Introduction for the last bar 8 of the intro, go to an A flat. Play a G flat minor 6 or an A flat. Yeah. And the same with the coda. And they got the wake up juice.
Oh boy, I know it's a little close to what we're doing, and here we've got me going on. You got to be very careful what I'm saying to David.
1, 2, 3.
we walk with you to seek our destiny. Say a prayer for me, my Father. Say a prayer for you and me. Say a prayer for us, my Father. Say a prayer for us and all humanity. Play a song for us, my sister. Shout it loud and clear and free. Let us join with you and all the gods that be, as we sing as one, a voice of harmony. Bless the earth for us, our mother. Bless the earth for you and me. Bless the earth for us, our mother. Bless the earth for us and all humanity. Shine a light, hold it high, show the way for us. Say a prayer for us to all the gods. Let us be. Play a song, shout it out. Let us join with you as we sing the song for everyone. Bless the earth. We must understand the truth is clear. The blind can see, the deaf can hear. Let them show the way for all of us to be one. Shine a light, hold it high. Say a prayer for us. Show the way. Play a song, shout it out. Bless the earth for us. Sing as one. Let us understand the truth is clear.
Good morning, good morning. How is everybody today? Whoa. Hi, I'm Dave Heisterkamp. I'll be your platform host this morning. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity. Hey, Bob, just seeing Bob out there. I love seeing you every Sunday, and we're going to be talking about love today. I'd like to wish anybody who feels the wishing is appropriate, happy Hanukkah tonight at sundown. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for a great service today. As we get started, we are going to embrace that unity is a place of peace. We light our peace candle every Sunday, representing that we affirm peace. We wish peace for ourselves, for our friends and neighbors, for others, for people we haven't even met yet. A belief that by practicing peace, we can spread that kind of peace around the world. So, here to help us today with that message and that goal is our beloved Heidi Alfrey. Please welcome her. Hi. You're looking lovely. We're anticipating your words of wisdom, no pressure. Heidi is going to be sharing her lesson, Live with a Legacy of Love. I'd like to acknowledge our musicians. Today we have a special guest vocalist, Lee Vance. Hi, Lee. Thanks for coming this morning. John Douglas is at the piano, Randy Tico at the bass, and Renee Martinez at the drum. Thank you, guys. All great. we celebrate Advent as we close out the year in December. It's a time for inner reflection, a reminder how we may be able to manifest God's gifts, however you may define your God, that is given within us, and we can present it out to the world. We celebrate the 4 themes of Advent: hope, peace, love, and joy. Today we're going to be talking about love, embodying the pure, unconditional love we think about, and expressing it to the world, especially when things are challenging. So we're going to light the love candle here. Let's hope this all goes well. And voila. Go. Yay, yeah, applause for peace, okay. Love. Michael asked me to be podium host and platform host, and I thought, love. Wow, that's a huge word. It's a huge word, and it's sometimes hard to define, especially during the situation. I love them both, but my love for my bride, Sarah, is much different than my love for a cheeseburger with a beverage on the side. 2 totally different kind of love. We understand that. Webster's dictionary defines love as an intense feeling of deep affection. Now I looked up affection, which is an intense feeling of deep love. So it's hard to figure out. We're going to talk about love in the words of Advent, in the spirituality of unity. You may recognize some of these words. Love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, it does not boast, love is not proud. Love doesn't dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, and love keeps no record of right or wrong. Love does not unnecessarily honk its horn. Love doesn't unnecessarily honk its horn. Okay, thank you. Love is, thank you, John. We should have planned that. Love does not delight in evil. Love rejoices in truth. Love is active. Love protects. Love heals. Love reaches out. We're going to celebrate love today, and if you can join me in affirming our unity truth. Here we go with me. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Please stand and join us this morning. Lee is going to sing along with a little John Lennon tune, All You Need Is Love.
That can't be done, nothing you can sing that can't be sung, nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made, no one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Love, 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 love. Love, love, love. Love, love, nothing you can see that isn't shown. Knowing you can be that isn't where you're meant to be is easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. Everybody now. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Love is all you need.
And while we're standing, please spread that love among yourselves. Say hello. And if we can take our seats, that would be great. All you need is love. I know you want to go the bum bum ba da bum. Thank you, Lee, John, Randy, Renee. Thank you. It was beautiful. It brings us to our daily word, love. I give and receive love with gratitude and joy. Again, I thought about the topic of love, a huge, huge topic, so many stories. So I thought I'd tell you about a little love story of my own. It may not be what you think. I was a younger man, newly married, pretty much knew all about life at the time, right? Not at all. I knew things were getting very serious with the anticipation of my first child. We already knew he was a boy. We already knew his name would be Peter August. And as the Berlin Wall fell, my grandmother Arlene would later tell me it was a good sign and a blessing about Peter's birth. As the wall fell, Peter was born. When he was being delivered, he came out squishy. He was a bit gray or tan, I wasn't sure. He had this long, greasy black hair that was slicked all the way back on his head. His face reflected that of a lad who was in a prize fight and didn't win. As the midwife was holding Peter for the first time, I have to confess, my initial thought was, that may be the ugliest baby I've ever seen. But the remarkable, the remarkable thing, sorry, that happened to me, by the time I got to IST, and that may be the ugliest baby, by the time I got to IST, there was an explosion in me, or a vibration that got out. I was filled with so much love. I fell immediately and madly in love with this ugly little baby. There was a lesson in it for me. It was remarkable for me because it showed me, it demonstrated to me that, wow, there's a lot of that in there. I can make it bigger if I want to. When my daughter came along soon after, within 2 years, I was kind of afraid I might not be able to love her as much as I loved Peter. And thankfully, I was proven wrong. Some of you have had this experience, but there is love within us. The capacity to love is always has the ability to grow. So let's give love and receive love with gratitude and joy. Please help me spread the love by first giving a shout out to all our online guests. Hello, people. Give them a wave. Yes. We are very blessed to have viewers in many states across the country, around the world. Thank you for joining us online, and please give yourself a round of applause for coming this morning. Yeah, you made a choice to come to Unity, and we appreciate you being here. You are encouraged to invite your family and friends, whether to come physically to our sanctuary or join us online. Because of the magic that Jim, Michael, and Bent throw out there, we are able to see these broadcasts well after they're done. Quickly, was anyone here for the Christmas cantata? Yeah, Sarah and I watched from home. It was beautiful. The music was beautiful, and if you didn't get to see it, and even if you did, tune it on. Put it on some background music as you do some Christmas or holiday festivities. It was lovely. Good job to the choir and everybody at the cantata. Thank you. All right, where are we? We also want to acknowledge that Oak Cottage, I'll get this right, Oak Cottage Memory Care, might be needing to go there. Views, hello Oak Cottage, we see you, we love you, thank you for tuning in. We also want to welcome any new guests here. Are there anyone here for the first time today? Okay. Oh, out in the back, Clifton is our welcoming head of honcho. He's going to give you a welcoming packet. Also, please know that lunch is on us for today. We have our youth over in the community room learning lessons of unity. And next, please let us join together for our community blessing. With me, this space is a sanctuary of peace. Is the slide up? Okay. Okay, cool. Getting her done? We crashed. I wonder if, I think we can do it, right? Let's do it. This space is we're here? Whoop, whoop. Dun, dun. Here we go. Here we go. This space is a sanctuary of peace where hearts are open and souls are set free. We grow in love, rooted in purpose, and uplifted by spirit. In all ways. Namaste. Unity believes in the power of prayer. We offer prayer support. Are any prayer chaplains with us today? Catherine, Aggie, thank you very much. If you seek prayer guidance, please don't hesitate to reach out to any one of these members of the community. We also have a prayer box where you can submit confidential prayers that will be prayed over. Please visit, if you like, the Shirley Campbell chaplain. It's been a rough morning. Thank you, Shirley. It's available. Hours are posted. And okay, we're going to go into our meditation. Lee is going to sing "A Child is Born." Is it still? No, something different.
Christmas time is here.
Christmas time is here. Thank you, Lee.
Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer, fun for all the children call their favorite time of year. Snowflakes in the air, carols everywhere, olden times and ancient rhymes of love and dreams to share. Sleigh bells in the air, beauty everywhere. Yuletide by the fireside, and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, families drawing near. Oh, that we could always be such spirit through the year. Sleigh bells in the air, beauty everywhere. Yuletide by the fireside, and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, families drawing near. Oh, that we could always see such spirit in the year.
So let's take some time to be quiet and still and curious about what's going on inside of you this holiday time. So I invite you to feel grateful for the chair in which you're sitting and let it support you. And close your eyes. And we might have a little music underneath this too. It's always nice to have a little musical support. So we are deepening our idea about love in this moment. This time where one can feel a sense of maybe I should be more loving, or I'm supposed to have this holiday feeling, rather than what is really happening with me. people all over the world are celebrating what we would call awakening, whether it's Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or the winter solstice. It's a big space to hold for all of us. And that's what the Fillmores invited us to do, to see the vibration of what is happening within and open our minds and open our hearts to what is love. Love is our true nature. It allows our hearts and minds to open. We feel and express love in every moment. We may think of love, especially during the holidays, as that fuzzy feeling we get when we're around those we cherish. And while this is certainly a version of love, there's much more to it. Hearing a bird's song on a winter morning reminds us how lovingly interconnected we are with all creation. Caressing a newborn's skin reminds us of the loving care expressed into every fiber of every being. Get-togethers remind us of love's importance in our circles, our spiritual circles. Aromas and flavors of the holiday remind us that life is meant to be lovingly savored. So I'd like you to bring to mind, because that's how we change the way we see these experiences, I'd like you to bring to mind something that is so loving to you during this season, whether it is the smells, or if you're tuning in to the sounds of birds and animals when it gets cooler, if you're recognizing foods that you really love, and people and lights and trees. And I'd like you to bring to mind something that brings you a sense of fuzziness, of wholeness, and hold that in your mind. And let us just bathe ourselves in that sense of appreciation and love. In the silence, in the sacred silence, holding love and radiating it inside and then outside. Love is who and what we are. It's actually a surrender to it, a relaxing into it. And everything that happens in our lives is for us to know more about love. In the times of joy, in the times of challenge. And we know everyone in this room is going through something just because you're alive. So we bless this power of love that we are willing to see more and more clearly, especially times of these holidays where we are celebrating our own awakening. I feel so grateful for this community of Santa Barbara, all the people that put this service together, all the volunteers, all the people that support us. We can feel that love is all around us and within us. And we are complete in the sense of there's nothing to be added. There's just the birth of a new consciousness. We rest in the sense of the ease, the joy, and the light. And thank you, Spirit, for this life that I am leading, each and every one of us. And so it is. Amen.
children in love. We were brought together by the good Lord up above. We're singing songs that are the themes of love for you. Just listen with all your heart, you can hear them too. Take love by the hand today, and you will feel that love come what may. Love won't pass you by, it's here to stay. Listen to the laughter. We're children in love. We were brought together by the good Lord above. We're singing songs that are the themes of love for you. Just listen with all your heart, you can feel them too. 'Cause the longer you wait, the harder it gets, and the harder it is. The longer you will wait for your love, the longer you wait, the harder it gets, and the harder it is. The longer you will wait for your love, the longer you wait, the harder it gets, and the harder it is. The longer you will wait for your love, the longer you wait, the harder it gets, and the harder it is. The longer you will wait for your love, there's no need for fear, my friend. His love will never end. Love won't pass you by, it's here to
Fantastic. Thank you. My gosh. Christmas jazzy. I like it. I know. Oh my golly. Can we take a breath together? It's a lot to being alive, isn't there? There's a lot to being alive. And I think we're all doing alive right now. So I'm really, really happy to be here with you all. I want to start by saying Merry Christ Hanukkah Kwanzaamas. I have to do that every year, and I love it. There's a lot happening at this time of year, and our opportunity, certainly here at Unity, is to know what it is that we believe, this idea of being a metaphysician and looking at symbolism in this time of year. Oh my gosh, Rush, you look so handsome in your turtleneck. I've not seen you in one of those. Anyway, these things just happen, right? It's really interesting to want to understand different ways to experience these holidays, because most of us have kind of our idea and what it is that's supposed to happen. And it's just fascinating to me to see how many people and how different all of us experience whatever we call Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or the winter solstice. However, we get to learn from each other. And I remember years ago being in Cabo, and I was with a couple of my friends, and we kept going around to hotels or this or that or shopping outside, and there were nativity scenes, but there was no baby Jesus. And we went and we looked and we looked and we kept thinking, somebody stole all the baby Jesuses. I don't know what to tell these people. But anyway, we finally got in a taxi to go somewhere, and we asked the gentleman driving, we said, "Where's baby Jesus? What's going on?" And he said, like he was saying his name, he said, "He isn't born yet." And I went, yeah, I mean, it was so, but I just was picturing this big truck with all these baby Jesuses, going out on Christmas Eve. I'm like, who does all this? But the point is, this is their culture. And even though it didn't make any sense to me until he said that, this is what they do. This is what this culture, that was Mexico anyway, was up to. The baby Jesus isn't born yet. And it's like, sure, right? And so we get to grow and we get to learn, and actually that is what love is. Love isn't a place where I got it all figured out. Love is actually a journey, and it is your legacy, how it is that you experience love in the world. That it isn't this conditional thing that I think a lot of people told us about. If you love me, you'll do this. And you should be this way, and we, everybody expects you to be this way or that way. And you can see, even when I say it, I get a little anxiety, because love is an experience that nobody can tell you how to do it, but you feel the sense of the love that you are. And as I've said, you can go to a doctor and say, "I need a love exam," and he'll say, especially you, Bob, "I can't find anything." I'm kidding you. But the idea is you can't find the love, right? Because the love cannot be captured or measured or controlled or organized really in any way. And that's what's so beautiful about it. That is what's so amazing, is that we cannot figure it out. It's actually something that happens to us. And we grow in whatever relationships we're in. We could all go up on a mountaintop and just meditate, and that does occur to me from time to time. But you're always going to be interacting with another person, and that's where our growth comes from. So happy holidays, and it's even more intense during the holidays, because you could possibly be one of those people that overdoes. You could possibly be one of those people that's like, this has to get done. I cannot do this year without doing this. I just spoke with this lovely lady in front. She said, "I'm not sending Christmas cards this year for the first time." And then I could see the smile, right? So for this year, that feels loving to her. And good for you for being able to say, this is where I'm just not feeling inspired. That's a good thing to hear yourself say. Okay, so this is a time where we can start having a lot of expectations, gifts, we're giving them, we're supposed to receive them. We've got a lot of stories about this stuff. So let me see if you can relate to this story. So one December, a postman was making his deliveries, could be a postwoman, making his deliveries and pickups, and one house he came upon a letter that was addressed to God. He didn't intend to read it, but the envelope wasn't sealed, the letter fell out, it was open, and he could see it was a plea for help. The husband and wife were both out of work and had no money for Christmas presents for their little boy. The letter asked for $20 to help buy something for their son. Moved by this, the postman opened his wallet, found all he had was $15 in cash, and he put the money in the envelope and wrote "from God" on the outside and left it. 2 days later, at the same house, there was another letter addressed to God. At this time, he knew what it probably was, so he opened it and read it. And it said, "Dear God, thanks for the money for the presents for our little boy. It means a lot. We asked for $20, and there was only $15 in the envelope, We don't blame you, God. It was probably one of those crooks at the post office. You know, the place from which we receive, we can often criticize. The things that we can see that the love in this whole story sort of got missed. And I wonder how often we're missing the love teaching, the love experience, the being able to appreciate things in a way that have been set up for us. I'm just in awe of whoever put all these trees up. Thank you, whoever that is. Yes. I've never, when I was here, we had this kind of scraggly thing that was the Advent wreath, and this has been very much upgraded, so I'm impressed. And it's a beautiful thing, being able to create your own traditions. We had the Advent wreath in the Episcopal church where I grew up, and we talked about it differently than we do here at Unity. Because what we're talking about here is not one person that is saving us, is that consciousness, that energy is in us. It's always in us, and it's tricky to see when it is you. It's like someone needs to be loving to me for me to experience love. You can see somebody was nice to these people and gave them some money, they still weren't experiencing the love. Somebody's ripping us off. So we want to learn how to live this love that is really our inheritance, and how tricky it is because people think that love is supposed to feel good all the time. But if you've lived a little bit of time, you realize sometimes there's pain, sometimes there's sadness. That doesn't mean the love's not there. It's just a different form of this experience. I mean, things happen. People get sick, people die, people have issues, and it isn't about me, but I think it's about me sometimes, and I really want to change people. I want to say just for a minute, I want to bless our friend Natalie Nesh. She's sick today, and that's why she's not here, and Lee, thanks for stepping in, and I love her, and I want her to be well. So I send you a lot of love, my friend Natalie, and she really wanted to come. She was like, last night she sounded horrible, and I said, maybe the love is for yourself. We're going to be okay. You can come back. I mean, John may, have a little stress. We may have a little stress, but our love for you is bigger than the rest of that, right? And you get to say that to people all the time. That my love for you is bigger than what I want you to do or how I want you to behave, because that is conditional love, and I think we've all experienced that because we don't know who we are and how we get to do this. Okay, so here we are at this idea of Christmas and the teachings from Christmas, and the love that actually is what it's all about. It's all about awakening to a greater sense of you. That really is that's what the birth is. Because if you look at a nativity scene, it looks very similar to most people being born. It's a woman having a child, and there's, things are going around, and but this is why Jesus came into the world in a way that we could understand, a human, having human experiences, and teaching people things that they had inside of them, but most of us have this self-esteem issue. So when we say we're love and we are that, it can feel a little like, me, right? All right, so let me just tell you what conditional love is, where people say, I love you, but they're not loving in their actions. That love is a should or a shouldn't. There's a power that people can use over one another, which is not love. And love can be, when it's conditional love, it can be more possessive or critical. But David used our 1 Corinthians, and I performed so many weddings, and often they'll use 1 Corinthians, and I would be standing there saying, love is patient, love is kind, love is not envious or boastful, love is not arrogant or rude, love does not insist on its own way. And I remember sitting there at the wedding going, good luck with this one. It's hard that love does not insist on its own way. I insist on my own way so often, but my way is so right. But do we see how, right? I know, some people are going to laugh because it's true. But we see the challenges we get in when it comes to love, and that's the place we want to pay attention to. That's the place we want to pay attention to, is where we are in our sense of angst. This idea of not needing to get this perfect, but wanting to explore and have better feelings about everybody and everything, and it starts within us. Okay, little kids seem to have this down pretty well, so let me see if we can relate to it. The 6-year-old says, if you want to learn to love better, you should start with the friends you hate. Right? I mean, yeah, that's often the meditation. You know, I feel a lot better about my sister. She hadn't changed, but I am really interested in, I don't hate her, but it's the idea of just the opposites, you know, and we want to bridge that gap, and that's how we do when we start to, the 6-year-old had it pretty much figured out there. A 7-year-old says, love is when you tell a guy you like his shirt and he wears it every day. Oh, the guys are doing, yeah, you like your shirt. Okay, so Marianne, age 4, says, love is when your puppy licks your face even after you've left him alone all day. And another 4-year-old says, I know my sister loves me because she gives me all her old clothes, and she has to go out and buy new ones. And this is Bobby, age 7. Love is what's in the room with you at Christmas if you stop opening presents and listen. Yeah, so this year, this season, I would like to invite you all into a sensual experience, into the experience of stopping when there is this gotta do things, gotta do the cards, gotta do the gotta shop, oh my God, the sale is gonna be over today, and to be able to stop and listen to what's happening around you, bird, noise, people talking, whatever, take a sniff, see what you're smelling, what you're seeing, if there's even the sense of what's going on with the temperature, how am I feeling? And so all of this, weirdly enough, brings you into this present moment that will also bring you into the love that you are. You know, because we are in this very interesting dynamic that is so mystical and magical. We're here for exactly as long as we're supposed to be here, and then we're not here. And, well, we are here, but not in this form, not in this cute little form you're in right now. And so it's an interesting journey to engage and love and know at some point you're going to surrender and you're going to let go. I went to a memorial service a couple of days ago, and it was a couple that were killed, and it was a very, sad story. But there were probably 300 people there. I'm friends with the brother of the woman that was killed, and you could feel the love. You could feel this legacy that she's left of all these people. And it was a very Christian service. You know, they were saying that she's gone to be with Jesus, and there were lots of people talking about Jesus, and it was, all I felt was the love. You know, maybe in my olden days, I don't want to talk about Jesus. I don't know if I see Jesus as a savior. Doesn't matter, right? We're in this community of love, and the songs they were singing, and the people that got up and talked about this person. I felt like I knew her. Right? So this is our journey to whatever. Life is so unexpected. And the minister was great. He comes out and he goes, I don't want to be here. And I don't think you all want to be here. Because this story, it was a sad story. But we're here. Because love isn't about it being good or bad or everything makes sense and there's no sadness. There's so much sadness. But it comes because we care. You know, I'm not sad about anybody I don't really know, or, I'm not even involved in the experience. But the sadness or the emotion comes from caring. You know, when this is really off my, okay. We also, part of this story about love is not overdoing. I can get into a place of where I want to fix things. If you're not happy, then it's my job to fix you. And so far, nobody's been all that receptive to that. But the idea is that we can ask questions like, would you like some help in this area? Do you need some help? Do you see how different we can do this? Mother Teresa says, do not think that love, in order to be genuine, has to be extraordinary. What we need is to love without getting tired. Yeah, isn't that true? I mean, have you been tired loving people? Please, it's interesting to pull back rather than say, you are wearing me out, right? Because that is our experience. But there is a way. How do we find this balance between too much and too little? I think there's a lot of information in songs. Love songs, right? Let's see, one of my favorite crooners was Nat King Cole. So see if you all can do this one with me. L is for the way you... See? O is for the one I see. This is for y'all. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you'd adore. And then this is our line here. Love is all that I can give to you. Come on, y'all sing. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, please don't break it. Love is the same for me and you. Look at somebody next to you and see it's all of us, right? Yeah, very good. Now see, for sure, you feel a little lighter. Because that's talking about the love in you. Now, there's some other songs out there. Tina Turner says, "What's love got to do with it?" Right? She that was a great thing she needed to say. And we've got Love Hurts and all of these variety of pieces that are really challenging. I heard a new song the other day that says, "I hate myself for loving you." I'm like, what? I just drive along going, I'm not singing to this. Nope, I'm not. But we see how confusing it can be. I hate myself for loving you. What? And there was a country song that said, "I'm so miserable since you left, it's like you're still here." I do. I get a laugh out of it, but it is quite confusing, this path of love. And so I honor us for getting together to talk about it. Whether it's you have babies, you have people that really are challenging. But the point is that that's where we get to test our love, the times that things are challenging. I want to read a little bit about the metaphysics of this Christmas activity, this Christmas experience. This activity is the Christ in us, is the exalted ideas in mind. This is why it's really a process here. Mary, the soul, becomes devout and expectant and believes in the so-called miraculous as a possibility. So Mary represents this feminine part of you that's really open to the angels coming and saying you're going to be impregnated by God, and she says, "I'm afraid," and they say, "Fear not," and she's like, "Okay." And then somehow she talks to Joseph, and she incorporates him into this higher thinking, this mission that they're on. And then they go out. There's nothing easy about this story. This story is all about love. They go out, they don't have an Airbnb app. What are they doing? They're just wandering, and there's no room. It's Christmas Eve. Of course, there's no room. This is before Jesus was even born. All this love is going on. So see, love is really the nature of the human, and we don't need a person to represent it as much as we can be our own representative. And that's how our legacy is built. And Shirley, I'm so glad you're here, because of your legacy and your love and just showing up for so many years and live in unity. We have a chapel that will continue to honor your essence. And I know that all of us have had lives, we've all touched other people. I mean, in the spiritual way, right? We've all been there, and you have no idea how much of a legacy you've already left. So part of my work and part of, I think, our opportunity here is to really start to see that the way you act in the world, you're teaching. I know as a parent, it must be, I wasn't a parent because that would have been a mess, but the point is, you understand as a parent, you've got to be an example for these young people. So our opportunity, when we're living this legacy of love, when we've been gifted enough to come to a unity center where everybody's welcome, because I will say that the Christian story was very, it's intense, and here there's kind of a however you see your life and however you experience love, that's correct. And it's beautiful when we can really love each other exactly where we are and not need for it to be something, I need you to be different so I can love you, because that is not ever how it's going to come. So again, metaphysically, Mary is this open, this feminine part of us,
And Joseph didn't understand, but as he came on to the energy of this mission, he had the masculine aspect, which is about leadership and being authoritative, but in the way of the planning and the place of going. So part of all of this is this awakening, and we must trust the process of allowing ourselves to become vulnerable. The spiritual journey takes us beyond our comfort zone. To become anointed is to say goodbye to all the politics and competitiveness of the outside world. And I don't know how it came from Jesus being born in this very quiet place, in this very holy experience, to you got to go buy a bunch of stuff that's on sale for all your friends and rush around and be all nervous. It really is not the original message. So our opportunity is to practice how we would like to be treated in this life, how we would appreciate people being in our lives, and to be the people that do make the gardens for people to come visit. When I went and saw Barbara's garden, I can feel the love. And so we're really creating these legacies of love out of your own heart that bless so many people. And so Christmas doesn't end up, what am I getting? What am I giving? All that is fine. But the real truth of it is, how do we act on December 26th and February 15th and April 26th? And because this Christmas story is the story of life. It's this birth that comes, these new awakenings that come, usually in the midst of things that are challenging. And so I'll just bless us in our way of seeing these characteristics of hope and peace and love, and knowing that it is the commitment. One song that, I'll just end with this, is Daniel Nahmod, that says, "Love is my decision. It's my choice. It's my way of living. I'm gonna just bring it on and see how I grow and how I become this really, how I will continue to awaken." I know with Myrtle, it was a new awakening for her to birth this consciousness of her own way of being healthy. And then who did she draw in? Charles. It's a very Mary Joseph story, if you look at it. So our ability to really honor the people that were our founders, and knowing that this is your own overcoming and your own way of seeing this world the way it can be through you. Now there is I wonder if I put it in here. There is did I? Oh, this is a little book. But the idea is that we're all weird, okay? And we're all gonna meet each other, and there is a place where we all sort of embrace our weirdness, and then it becomes a beautiful, beautiful connection. So allow this person that you are, that's learned all these things, let it free, let it be fun, and really play with this idea of love, and let it be, to understand that the tears are really just as much love as the laughter. And I'm so grateful to be here in this community of love. And so it is. And Merry Christ Hanukkah Kwanzaamas. Yes.
Thank you, Reverend Heidi. That was lovely. And there was a book that fell. It's our Advent book. They're available in the lobby. If you'd like a copy, you can grab one up. We're going to move into our prosperity consciousness. We acknowledge that we truly dwell in prosperity consciousness, knowing that, as Charles Fillmore, the father of unity, taught us, and there's a slide with me, we shall serve for the joy of serving. Prosperity shall flow through us and through us. And you do a much better job than I do. Sometimes it's a tongue twister for me. We serve for the joy of serving. Prosperity shall flow through us and throw us in unending streams. There, got it. We affirm this flow with our tithes and our offerings. We give freely of our time, talents, and treasures. We know that we are Unity of Santa Barbara. It's our spiritual community in our home, and there are many ways to give, as shown on the slide. As we prepare to give our offerings, please take them in your hand, hold them to their heart, and bless them with your love. Let yourself feel grateful to God and to the God in you and as your source. Ushers, can you come forward and we can start collecting? Are we going to sing? There were last minute changes because Natalie Nesh was ill, and thank God for Lee jumping in.
Okay.
Go, Lee, go.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore.
was beautiful. Thank you so much. Will the ushers please come forward? And will you join me in our prosperity blessing as we receive these gifts? Divine love through us blesses and multiplies all that we are, all that we have, all that we share, and all that we receive. Thank you very much. A couple of reminders. We want you to sign up for Unity's e-news. There are a lot of events coming up in quick succession, so I'm going to go over a few of them, starting with the buffet after today's service. Sarah Graham, Kristen Brown, and the Unity Kitchen Angels have put together yet another wonderful meal. Ground beef chili with black beans, chicken noodle soup, salad, coleslaw, potato salad, garlic, bread, and dessert. So please partake. We also want to acknowledge the wonderful staff that is in front and behind the scenes here at Unity. We offer them holiday bonuses at this time of the year. You'll see some red envelopes in the chairs. If you feel so moved, please consider making a bonus to the staff. Next Sunday, Santa Sunday, just in time for Christmas, Santa will be visiting children in the courtyard from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please bring your kids, grandchildren. It should be a ho-ho-ho time. We are celebrating Christmas Eve with a special candle lighting service led by Reverend Michelle Hubbard. That's on December 24th from 6 to 8 o'clock. It's a popular show. I hope people come and see it. We will have our burning bowl services on December 28th at 10 a.m. Reverend Phil will be zooming in, and our beloved Reverend Kathy G. Norman will be joining us. Yay. Is Reagan here today? Reagan Thompson, is she here? No, Reagan was going to make an announcement, but is she? Okay. She is coming? Well, we're just going to fast forward here. Susie, you want to come on up?
Hi,
Susie has
everyone.
what's that?
Here to offer you an invitation to join myself and the Brothers Cornyn on January 23rd in a collaborative space of healing, profound, deep inner awakening. January 23rd at Unity Spiritual Community Center. We're going to be diving into our hearts, our souls, into our I am presence in connection to a source, to all that is, to all of creation, helping to purify and cleanse our energy systems of anything and everything that has been blocking us from just simply shining forth our amazing, brilliant light into this planet. It's true that our planet is going through a great awakening, and you are a part of it. And every bit of our inner work is so vital and so crucial at this time. This evening is a few hours. It's an in-person experience, or you can join on live stream. Please courageously show up with me. Please be in space together. Everyone coming together in space is a blessing, is a gift. We will be entering into a unified field of consciousness, working with the highest divine frequency of light, Christ consciousness energy, working within the Christ grid. We're going to be doing some excellent prayer, meditation work. There'll be a time to connect and have some refreshments, and just simply be in a space with some really high vibe, conscious beings. So looking forward to it, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Blessings.
Yay. Thank you. And now Susie, she's going to share some holiday magic with us. Hey, Susie.
Hello, everyone. I just want to wish everyone happy holidays. Great to see your faces. It always puts a smile on mine. I want to say Happy New Year. I hope you all are filled with light, love, laughter, joy, and prosperity for the new year coming. We have a prayer tree in the back. If you want to put some prayers for the upcoming year, we have a card table. And just write your prayer, hang it on the tree, and we will send those prayers to our prayer chaplain team, who will pray on your for 30 days every day to get a little extra boost there. Also, aside from Santa, which is very exciting, next Sunday, every third Sunday is our potluck Sunday. So please bring your favorite dish, and you can coordinate that with Patricia, and we'll be celebrating all December birthdays with birthday cake. So nice to see you. Enjoy your holidays. And if you don't know who Patricia is, most of you do, you can ask me afterwards, and I'll be happy to point her out. Thank you so much, and have a blessed rest of your Sunday.
Thank you, Susie. Okay. All right. We're coming to the end. Thank you for joining us this morning. Reverend Heidi, it was lovely seeing you. Thank you for your message. Lee, thanks for jumping in at the last moment. She's great. Lee does the intro song that starts every unit. I'm sure everyone knows this, but I'm still want to throw it out there. Lee sings the opening song we hear every morning when we start Sunday services. It's beautiful, and thank you for doing that. John, Randy, Renee, thank you again. Great service. Okay. If you could all stand, hold hands, and we'll sing our peace song.